Yo, 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 what is happening? Welcome to another Dumb Show. I am another Dumb Show host. So good to have you guys here with me on episode number 269. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on tonight's episode. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. If you're not watching live, get your comments in about whatever we're talking about. I'll read them back live. And of course, if you don't want to watch the show, if you're on a job site or driving or whatever, it's easier to listen to the show. You can do that through YouTube Music. Just download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music, and you can listen to the show. Don't forget to follow the show, X, Instagram, and of course, TikTok at Another Dumb Show. Trying to get I'm trying to get that up to 1,000 followers, or way short of it right now. So let's get everybody over there so we can, which is crazy to me, to have so many on other platforms and then none on one, which just shows the age gap between TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and X and all that. So I do love Titter. That'd be a great, I bet that's a good social media site, old Titter. Anyway, follow the show, trying to build that up on TikTok to be able to do some more lives there. It'd be fun to be able to do, because you can play music on TikTok. So I can do like DJ stuff over there and stuff like that, and have a little. We could do a dance party on some nights or something like that. When the wedding weekends are over with, I can we can do some. I can mix and play some music, and we can do little dance parties on the weekends and shit like that. I'm following this crazy lady on TikTok right now. Her name is Dolphin. Highly recommend you guys check out Dolphin on TikTok. She is she's been clean and sober for 12 years now. But, she's got some remnants, some leftover stuff from her time as an addict. She just had a seizure yesterday, so she had to cut the dance party short, which was really disappointing. But if you want to have a good time, full of secondhand embarrassment, but if you set that aside and just go there to have some fun, she drops some funky beats, she gets froggy with it, and it's a fun time. And then we B1 and I watch and we comment on her and all her, it's fun. It's just goofy. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. But we just jump in the chat on her live thing. And just like you guys do here, we do a little bit of Dolphin. I could try to find Dolphin. I don't know if she has any like videos of her doing her stuff. Let me see. Let me see if I can find some Dolphin here. Let me see if I can find, let me pull up, see if I do a search here, if I can find Dolphin. It's going to bring up a bunch of... Oh, wait, hold on. There she was. All right, Dolphin. Dolphin actually goes by itty.bitty7 is her actual username. All right, here's a shot of... Here she is. Put her volume up. Oh, shit, Mikey's here. What's up, dude?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
How are you, bro?
I got a fucking headache that's killing me.
Oh, that's no fun. You need the night off?
Yeah. No, I'm good.
You good? All right, cool. Good stuff. You got take some, you going to break down, take some Tylenol or something?
I was actually just thinking about that. I was like, I should probably take some Tylenol because at the same time, my left ankle is about twice the size of my right ankle right now.
You're going through it, dude. It's funny. I noticed.
It was swollen from a tattoo. I didn't roll it or hurt it.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk. I forgot that.
From the trauma to the back of my calf, it has literally caused my ankle to swell up like a softball.
Well, hold on to that. We'll come back to your tattoo because I want to talk about that in a little bit. But I noticed that as I've gotten older, that I have, what's that weird noise? As I've gotten older, I've heard, why is it doing this again? 1, 2.
I don't hear it.
I keep hearing some weird fuzzy thing when I start talking. It happens every once in a while. Anyway, never mind. If you guys can't hear it, it doesn't matter. As I've gotten older, when I was a kid, I would take Advil and Tylenol and all that shit. It didn't do shit. But now now that I've gotten older, I actually kind of noticed that it actually works. So it's not a bad thing to do. So take that. Maybe it'll make you feel a little better. But in the meantime, Mikey, you know what will make you feel better? And I know I tried to get you hip to this the other day, but you just weren't feeling it. Whoa, what is that? That was the wrong one. Hold on one sec, guys. I got my stuff all.
I'm waiting for one of these times you pull up a window and it's a tab from Pornhub.
That would be pretty funny. Actually, I don't do any porn on this computer on purpose. I don't. I'm strictly a phone guy when it comes to porn. And I have a separate app from like any Google anything. I have like a stupid separate browser that's just for porn on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, and I got it because I've had this app forever because remember when like you could only get porn on a desktop site and it wouldn't work on the mobile sites for whatever reason. Like you remember that and
I
you'd have
don't
to like
remember that time period now.
there was some sort of weird thing where you had to like click to use a desktop site in order to get it to work.
I
And
also didn't get a smartphone until they were out for about 5 years. I was
oh,
strictly a flip phone guy. Remember, I had that G Zone, the construction phone, forever.
actually don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it. Um, but anyway, yeah, that's why I have that. I just been using that app forever. It just transfers every
Yeah.
time I go over, and so I just keep using it. It doesn't save anything, doesn't cache anything, nothing. It's just, uh,
My
it's good,
neighbors
it's
seen me
safe.
watching porn the other day.
Your neighbor caught you watching porn?
Yeah, dude, I forgot to close the window all the way, and I streamed it to the 65-inch. And then I heard them talking as they walked by the window to go to their car. And I was like, "Ah, fuck, they seen that shit."
Whoops! Were you hand in Johnson in hand and everything, or you just
Yeah,
not yet?
nope.
Okay, just peeping out the scene. So, all right.
Yep.
Well, here's a scene that you guys need to peep out, Mikey. I tried to get you down with Dolphin the other night, but you just weren't feeling Dolphin the way I was feeling Dolphin.
I don't remember Dolphin.
You don't remember us talking about Dolphin the other night?
We talked about her.
Yeah, I sent you a link the other night to turn her on to watch her do a dance thing, and you said I watched it for 2 seconds and I got secondhand embarrassment.
Oh, okay, then I probably did do it. I must have done it.
Yeah, anyway, so enough about Dolphin. Anyway, Dolphin is great. It was a good little fun addition to my weekend. Hey, Mikey, do me a favor. Rattle your cord because I keep hearing this fuzz thing, and I'm wondering if it's from your microphone cord.
Rattling right now. Rattling right now.
No, it's happening when I talk. It's very strange. I don't know. Are you guys in the chat? Are you hearing this fuzz when I talk, or is it just my headphones being funky? Which could very well be that. Who knows? Anyway, where did I leave off? I had stuff to talk about here. I figure I should probably pull that. Okay, so speaking of leaving off, last Thursday, Mikey, we left off with oh, by the way, I forgot to mention everybody too. If you would like to help support the show, make sure you become a member. Go to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click the join button, and you will be able to support the show. Pick a tier level, $2, $3, or $10 a month to help support the show. Anyway, so Thursday we left off. We had talked a little bit about, well, we were both getting off because we wanted to go watch the I believe it was live, or at least I think it was live. When we clicked off, we both went over to go watch the Dave Portnoy, Brianna Chicken Fry podcast, which is called what? BFF or whatever? BFF. So, didn't there used to be a chick on that show too?
Well, Bree has another podcast with Grace O'Malley, her other friend, that's also part of Barstool and stuff like that. But this was Dave's attempt a bunch of years ago when TikTok started to blow up. He took the most famous guy from TikTok and the most famous girl from TikTok and made a podcast with them so he could touch a whole nother demographic that he had never been a part of before, and it blew up.
Smart move. What's the name of the other guy on that show?
Josh.
Josh. Okay, Josh. All right. So we left up on Thursday. We wanted to go see this podcast because Dave Portnoy and this Brianna Chicken Fry chick are talking about the public breakup that she's going through with the country singer Zach Bryan. It's been very public because he broke up with her live on, or not live, but in an Instagram post last week. And without telling her that he was going to make their breakup public. So that immediately sent her into, well, she was upset at first. So she was in the stages of grief. She went quickly from upset to angry. And she is now a scorned, angry ex-girlfriend. And Dave Portnoy jumped to her defense the other day after the Instagram post, and they made a song together. I think I have a little clip of that song, actually. Dave, it's called The Smallest Man. We never did get around to playing that.
Well, they pulled the song within an hour of it hitting the internet. Warner Music had it scrubbed from everything.
Right, and they claim here.
Zach Bryan went running back to his record label, and they pulled it off every streaming site because Josh, the other co-host of BFFs, was also on the track. And 3 years ago, he signed pretty much an ironclad lifetime agreement with Warner for music. So they own Josh's ass. So Josh couldn't be on the song at all. So they pulled it completely and then had to redo it.
And here's the redone version. They released it, I believe, today, the Dave's version of Smaller Man, or yesterday. They might have let it
Last
out.
night.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much we can play of it, so we'll just get to some of the lyrics here. And, oh, you know what? I could just play it without actually playing the song, because it shows the lyrics on the screen.
Why wouldn't you be able to play it? Because it's not copyrighted to Dave or anything, I don't think.
If it's part of, well, now that that guy's off of it, it has nothing to do with Warner. I don't know. He probably owns the copyright to it. So, well, let's see. Let's just play play a little bit of it, and then we'll pause it just to avoid me having to cut this shit out. Play. Why are we not hearing it all of a sudden? Oh, because I muted it. Fucking dipshit. Done this before?
I said, trust me, got your pants on fire, Tinder bumble Mariah, knew you was a liar, a douchebag, you just made a new rival, pretty soon you're gonna need a revival.
Oh, cool. All right, though, so a little callback to his own song there. So you get the idea. Dave Portnoy jumped to the, in a good way. I mean, it was smart. Not only did he come to her defense, he did it in a way that was actually good for their show and everything. So very smart move by him. Very good.
He's got in his back pocket that runs one of his other podcasts and one of his vloggers under Barstool is this dude named Roan. He's a white dude. He's a battle rapper, and he is like a world champion battle rapper. This is what he does.
So you think that guy wrote this?
Oh, yeah. He said he went right to Roan right away.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Even smarter. Utilize your resources. Okay, so this breakup has actually gotten so public, apparently, that Zach Bryan has now gotten worried about it. And here I actually have a clip talking about how worried he is. Well, where'd it go? Hold on one sec. This is going back to what we talked about, what Mikey and I wanted to wrap up early to go watch the other day, was Dave Portnoy and Brianna Chicken Fry talking about Zach Bryan.
I was actually leaving to go get some booty, and then I didn't. I ended up staying stuck watching this podcast and blew off the booty and got yelled at.
Well, we'll talk about my reaction to it here in a minute, but this is, by the way, that's dumb. Just to go back to that real quick, that's dumb.
That's hooked.
That's an easy pause. You can't pause puss. You can pause a podcast, bro.
I didn't want to. This was live, happening in the minute. I didn't want her to say something that ends up being pulled that she can't say, or you know what I'm saying? Right
on. Speaking of songs, Drew wanted to remind me that we did utilize our resources here once on another dumb show in order to create a song.
Meat, vegetables,
water, milk, tea. Very good. Anyway, so Mikey, it was a very enthralling podcast, and one of the reasons why is because of the lengths that Zach Bryan is going to cover up. Or not cover up. Yeah, I guess cover up everything that happened in their relationship. So here's Dave Portnoy talking about the lengths Zach Bryan is going to hide everything.
Brianna was offered basically a payout to sign an NDA to not talk about the breakup, things that happened, and it's a shit ton. $12 million is what it ended up being. And I was going back and forth with her a lot.
In case you missed that, in case you guys missed that, Zach Bryan, the country music star, offered Brianna Chicken Fry, his ex-girlfriend, $12 million to sign a non-disclosure agreement stating that she would not talk about anything that happened within their relationship and the time they were together, around, you know, what an NDA entails. So $12 million.
His net worth is listed at $5 million.
Zach Bryan's?
Yeah.
That can't be right. He's just.
I'm looking at it right now, dude.
I can't believe that to be right. So you think that the record label was paying it for him?
Very well could be, dude, because that's going to be horrible for the record label. They're going to have to defend him in anything that happens legally if she were to release any of the videos or anything that she has, or talks more about the amount of times that she was, in the eyes of the law, kidnapped by her phone being taken from her and being stuck in the house with her and not allowed to leave.
All right. Well, here's her reaction to the $12 million offer.
And I was going back and forth with her a lot.
Me and Dave even texted and it was like we can't tell Bree not to.
Turning down $12 million is
it's crazy.
I sat on the back porch of the Duxbury house that he bought for us to live in next to my family and like have a family in. And I sat on that back porch with my aunt and we looked out at the water and we looked at this fucking $10 million house. And I'm like, for what? I'm going to get all these millions and just to have a backyard to sit in and thank Zach for? Like, it was never about the money. I was with the dude because I loved the dude. Like, everything glamorous, rich, or fucking cool about him was the shit that I hated about him, or I hated being with him for.
So there is her reaction and why she decided not to take the $12 million payout, which is
incensed him, by the way. And he started texting and flipping out and gonna take her truck back, and we're gonna send people to get the truck.
Well, here's a little bit more. I did see that he went and freaked out, and yeah, I think that they're. Well, I don't think this clip talks about the truck. He had given her a truck that she claims she wanted to pay for. By the way, she's a multimillionaire, I believe, working on this podcast. So she doesn't have to technically didn't need to take his money. She's got her own dough. And Dave would probably just give her $12 million just to spite Zach Bryan, if I had to guess, at this point. So I think she probably ended up making the right decision in the long run. I don't know, maybe not. $12 million is a fucking outrageous amount of money to turn down.
Like $15-20 million on DraftKings this year alone.
I didn't hear you. Want to say it again?
I said Dave's up 15 to 20 million on DraftKings alone this year.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm talking about her. Dave wouldn't get the money.
She's got to be a millionaire already. And her future is definitely bright. She's young and
she's getting a lot of publicity from this. Well, here's her talking a little bit about the one of the incidents with Zach Bryan.
After the 4 months of the love bombing, just being the loveliest, best dude ever, it's just like all of a sudden a switch, and he's making excuses, blaming it on shit he's going. There was always another excuse as to why he was treating me so poorly and why I'm crying myself to sleep every night, why he's screaming at me. Like, you wake up, it's the apology. I'm going to be better. Like, I need you in my life. Like, I don't expect people to understand emotional abuse if you haven't been through it. And I hope you never have to go through it. But if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. And it was just this constant cycle of like, build you up, beat you down, apologize over and over and over. You like crave that validation from the person because you're like holding on to this person that you thought they were in the beginning. And it was just this crazy, awful cycle. Also, I broke up with him last October because I still fucking knew who I was before I lost myself. And I wish to God I just stuck with my guns last October. But I lost myself throughout this whole relationship. It's very evident. You can see it throughout social media. I don't even recognize myself anymore. Like, I lost 15 pounds I didn't have to lose in the relationship. I didn't sleep. Like, I was completely isolated from my family, from my friends, from work. Like, he just took me out of my life. I kind of blame myself. I'm like, why did I stay? There's no answer. I don't know why I stayed.
So there you go. There's her talking about everything that Zach put her through, allegedly, according to her. Of course, obviously, two sides to every story. However,
I want the videos to be released, dude. That's what I want. I want the videos she has on her phone that she talks about.
Yeah, I actually have the clip of her talking about that video that you're referring to. So, is this the right one?
The one at her birthday party?
Yeah, I'm just making sure, because I have 3 clips and I just titled one of them wonkily, and I'm just making sure I have the right clip that I pull up. So yeah, here is
This is like
her
right out of the Narcissist playbook, dude. Like, I know some guys like this, and they find a girl like that that's a fixer, and the girl sees the potential in the guy and thinks she can fix him, and she's going to be the answer to all his problems, and he's just takes her prisoner.
Well, here she is talking about a birthday party incident with, it was her birthday, and they were celebrating at, I believe they had rented a house. And here she is talking about Zach Bryan, allegedly his actions at this party.
Anyways, he comes to my birthday and he gets there and he's all kind of weird. He's acting funny. It's whatever. I'm like, whatever. He just got off tour. It's always an excuse, like something's going on. And the night starts and we all like sit around the fire and it's pretty chill. It's actually really chill. It's all of like my family and my friends, and we're sitting around the fire and he just starts doing what he does, like throwing jabs. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like from across the fire, like throwing jabs at my friends and like calling people idiots. And like, I'm like, okay, it's 11:30. I'm going to go to bed before, like I was so excited. It was gonna be my birthday at midnight. We're going to like do the champagne or whatever. I'm like, I got to go to bed before my birthday. Hopefully he will follow me to bed. So I'm like, good night, guys. I love you. Everyone's like, Bree, what the fuck? Why are you going to bed? Like, it's your birthday in 10 minutes. I'm like, I got to go to bed. I'm like, Zach, let's go to bed. He doesn't follow me. I go upstairs. I go to sleep and I wake up like probably an hour and a half later to like screaming. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I go downstairs into the basement of this house and it's like all my girlfriends crying and they're all like in it. So I'm like, what the fuck happened? What's going on? And then I look outside and I have my aunt like trying to control Zach. And there's a recording of all of this that can never be out. Basically, Zach we're all hanging around the fire and I guess he stood up at the fire and just starts screaming at my friends. You're not going to be anything. You're a fucking loser. Like just the most horrible shit. Like, you're never going to make it. Like, you live off of other people. Like, just crazy out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the fuck? But when Zach's in this zone, there's no containing it. So my aunt's trying to figure it out, whatever. I bring him up to bed. He smashes glass. Wake up in the morning. I'm like, you have to leave, Zach. Like, you have to apologize. Like, this is crazy. And like, they didn't squash it, obviously, but it was like, we'll be civil today so that Bree can have one day. And ever since then, it was just awful. And Zach, every night, like I'd be trying to go to sleep on the bus and he would just come in and just start recording me and be like, is it okay if I'm recording you since your friends fucking record me and everyone fucking around you records me all the time? And he would just record. I have the craziest videos.
What a nut.
Maybe that's why the $12 million is involved, because I have a lot of shit that I'm never going to put out there because it's embarrassing for me and I don't. Anyways.
So yeah, there says embarrassing for me. So yeah, there you go. There's an example, one example, I guess, as she said, where he lost his mind and caused a ruckus at her birthday or whatever. I got to tell you, Mikey, watching this, it's funny. You said you know guys like this. I used to be this guy.
Well,
Not to the extent I think as bad as this guy was, but who knows? If I had maybe been a multimillionaire rock star, maybe I would have been worse like him.
If you had that little extra power and that fuck you money, I think you'd be emboldened to do stuff like that.
Quite possibly, even. But no, I actually, while I was watching this was hard for me to watch because it reminded me of the way I used to treat B1. It was brutal. It was really hard, and I actually. By the end of it, because I had sent a message to her saying, hey, you got to watch this, check it out or whatever. And we both started watching it at the same time. She was at her house, I was here. And as I'm watching it, I'm literally going, there are so many things that mirror the way I treated her that I ended up texting her and apologizing to her again for the umpteen millionth time. But just needed to let her know after watching all that, you know, that it definitely resonated with me in the way I used to treat her because.
I've been the giver of that behavior. I've been on the receiving end of that behavior. Like the girl I went to Nashville with was exactly like that.
Yeah. It was it wasn't
It was
eye
some real
opening
shit.
because well, yeah, it wasn't eye opening. I guess that was the wrong word. It was just a reminder of the way how far off the rails I got. And the part where she would say how there was always a reason, there was always something, some justification for the actions or whatever. That was the one that really like hit home with me because I remember like I would get like
Inability to be accountable, man. Nothing was our fault. It was
yes.
poor us.
Yeah, well, yes, there was always something going on that was causing me to act the way I was acting. I was always justifying it because somebody else was treating me one way or it was something happening at work or this or that. It was always a fucking reason. And it took me, having a full blown, massive major blow up where I ended up throwing her out and everything to realize everything that I was losing or had lost potentially. And thankfully I made some changes and, read that book and learned from it and, applied that to my life and it's made a huge difference. And while I'm not perfect and I have a long way to go and I still get mad and like anybody else does, but I'm just better at controlling it now than I used to be.
I don't think it's about controlling it either. Like it's not something we can control, but what we can control, like shit. Never mind. I lost my complete train of thought. It just completely disappeared.
It is totally controllable because, I used to think that I had I didn't realize what it was, that it was happening is what I used to say afterwards. Like, oh, I'm just wrapped up in it and I'm, it just happens before I know it and whatnot, which may be true. I take medication now that might help with that a little bit. But I definitely, in hindsight, I would know that I was getting out of control. And part of almost getting out of control, I would get almost an adrenaline rush from it. And it would be the angel and the devil, and the adrenaline rush would be like, fuck you, angel, I'm fucking going. You know what I mean? But I never did anything like insult her friends or anything like that. It was just being mean to her. I was always just so mean to her at times, and just for no reason. But I would always justify it with some other stupid reason in my head, like, she didn't put out the night before, or I had a bad day at work, or just some shit like that is usually what it would be.
You could have stubbed your toe 3 days ago, and it's her fault.
Exactly. If there was something that went wrong, I could find a way to make it her fault, which was just awful, and I feel so terrible.
Absolute inability to take accountability for anything in our lives.
Yeah, that was true. I don't know about anything. It was just constantly.
For me, I couldn't take accountability for anything I did.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, maybe that is the right way to put it, but yeah, it sucks. So yeah, sorry B1, I was a real asshole. Hopefully you've forgiven me for it. So Michael K says, remember when you almost got into a fight with B1's brother because you think he wants to sleep with her? That's not why I wanted to get in a fight with him. He just has treated her so poorly over the years. That's just my weird thing. He's just a weirdo, I think, that's why I say that about him. Anyway, yeah, he's persona non grata from the family anyway.
This does pave the way for America's favorite story of redemption.
As far as what?
Ex-military guy, PTSD, alcoholism. He's been completely brainwashed by the military, can't control what happens in his life. He's going to go off to rehab for 30 days, come back just like Jelly Roll singing about recovery.
But a lot of that might be true.
It very well could be because you can't make progress.
Yeah, that, and I mean, like everything you said that can cause somebody to act like that, or it sounds like he's been through it potentially. You know what I mean? If he did serve and potentially, I don't know what he served in, if he could have been in Malta for all I know, but.
It is funny that a couple of his exes that have signed the NDA and stuff like that have gone to TikTok and posted videos of them like drinking tea or like laughing, drinking wine.
Oh, just random posts of that, like showing that he might be
right after the BFF pods. Like finally somebody's talking about it.
Oh, they're drinking. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought they were showing. You meant they were showing videos of them and Zach's drinking together, like to
Oh.
imply he was a drunk or something.
No, they're just showing videos of them drinking and laughing and kind of celebrating that this is finally all coming out because they were all regular people that took these giant chunks of money to change their life.
Right on. Well, I'm sure they're. Well, I don't know. Maybe I wonder if they regret it. I wonder if they look at Brianna and go, "Wow, that's a bad bitch right there." Or if they're sitting back there with their feet up, going, "Fuck that! I don't care." Zach Bryan treated me like shit, so I'm gonna get paid. And I mean, I've signed NDAs before. There are people in power who, yeah, it certainly wasn't anything even remotely close to that, obviously. But my point is, though, people in positions of power will try to use that. They use that against you. You know what I mean? There's to protect themselves. That's all there is to it. And anybody that says otherwise is full of shit. So, obviously, if you have people sign something like that, you have something you want to hide about the way you potentially treated that person, in my opinion. Anyway, here you go. Here's a little bit of Country Ditty. This is the new song that Dave Portnoy released today, taking it up a notch.
He said he's releasing the whole album.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
Here's a little bit of Country Ditty.
Country ditty, steal another story, write another country ditty. All these NDAs, you sound like a country ditty. Something like your face, this isn't looking pretty. Country ditty, steal another story, write another.
Oh, I don't feel like listening to the whole thing. All right, cool. So there you go. We're gonna get the idea.
We didn't get any of Dave's bars at all. All we got was chorus for both songs.
Dave actually raps on them?
Yeah, Dave is rapping on these songs. It's Dave Portnoy in the booth reading Roan's lyrics.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
I don't give a fuck. Just consider it out, cause we only need me. Only one man, but you're getting DP. Offered Brady 13 mil just to shut her trap. Then she turned around, said shove it up your ass. Like Bugs Bunny, hell like dog funny. Go buy a toupee with your little hush money.
All right, no, that's pretty good. All right, I see. Dave can hold a beat there. Good for him. Good for getting. I'm sure that was highly produced, but shit, why not? You got money like that? Why not fucking hire a producer and a fucking ghostwriter and do your fucking thing?
A best friend like that comes to your defense for a woman like that in her most vulnerable stage, and it's the BF. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool to see somebody like come to the defense like that.
No, she deserves it too, and obviously it doesn't sound like she's making any of this up, just by the way she's presenting it and everything. And again, it is her word versus his, but he's been silent about the whole thing. He's been caught on Raya cheating on her, which is like the Tinder for celebrities, been cheating on her there, all that shit.
He posted right after the BFFs podcast was dropped, 20 minutes after that, he just posted a picture of him in the studio and pretended like he had no idea. Been recording music for 40 hours straight. And then he's dropped a couple songs with hints and stuff over the last couple days about him taking the high road and shit. The dude's scrambling.
Well, I wonder if he'll. He's gonna that's a good point though. The jelly roll angle. He's gonna do a whole redemption and everything. Come out of it being better than everything. So, speaking of country music.
You can't fix sociopaths like that. You ain't gonna fix that type of behavior. You might be able to fix the alcoholism and shit, but that dude's sick.
It's funny you mentioned sociopaths. I have a story tomorrow we're going to do about a woman who is a sociopath, and she talks about all her sociopathic thoughts. So we'll dive into that tomorrow.
I'm excited about it.
But speaking of country music and podcasts, I noticed today I went to go listen to Graham Hancock, the ancient Egyptian or ancient apocalypse guy who's on Joe Rogan all the time that I really like. I went back to watch him. And I was scrolling through and I saw Luke Bryan, the country music superstar that B1 and I love, was on Joe Rogan. So I got to go back and watch.
Last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that. So I got to go watch that because I do love me some Luke Bryan. So he seems it'd be interesting to learn more about him. He seems like he's had a pretty incredible life. Like if you know anything about, did you watch it or?
I did not watch that one. It was like the one that was released right before Trump, and then Vance, and then Theo.
Okay, that's
And then
probably why I
the
didn't scroll
all
back.
election stuff.
Right on. So yeah, good, perfect time for him to go on and try to promote his new album right between Trump and JD Vance. He got fucked. Anyway, I think he'll be fine. So this weekend,
Didn't he get in trouble a bunch of years ago? Didn't he make that song about my hometown? And it was into him, or was that the other?
that's Jason Aldean.
Okay.
What
Wait,
it's
what's
kind
the
of
name you
well,
just said?
Luke Bryan.
Oh, okay. Those guys are the same to me.
They're both from the bro country era from like the mid 2015s or whatever. You know what I mean? There was that whole bro country era that came out, and the two of them. I think the first time I saw Luke Bryan, he was opening for Jason Aldean, actually, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
So I mean that would make
Makes
sense. So yeah, they're in that same kind of genre and of country, but Luke's had a pretty interesting life, but he's been pretty apolitical. Like Jason Aldean, hardcore conservative, his wife, super MAGA, all that. Luke Bryan's always been kind of quiet, never really talked about his political views or anything like that, and really hasn't talked much about his life other than, he's had some pretty crazy stuff happen in his life. His brother died, his sister died. I think another family member died real close, and he ended up having to raise their kids. And all, I can't remember the whole story, but it's crazy. Yeah, he's been through a lot, so I think it'll be a pretty interesting story to hear. This buzzing in my ear is driving me fucking nuts. I seriously, I have
Take a break to go reset everything real quick, and then come. Oh, you can't turn everything off and turn it back on because then it'll reset the whole stream.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I just truly have no idea what is happening right now. It's very strange.
I can't hear it. Nobody in the chat has said anything about it either.
No, nobody said anything about
They'd be
it.
the first one saying something if there was something fuzzy coming across the air.
Yeah, this is what's strange about it. I don't understand. Check.
Something
1 2.
turned up too loud.
Check.
You're getting some type of feedback.
Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Check 1 2 3. Oh, it's weird. I don't know. Maybe that fixed it. Maybe no. I'm getting like this weird doubling up. Oh no.
We had that weird doubling up the other night when we first started playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, this is just a little bit. It's just weird. It's like everything I say, I'm hearing in the background, and I have no idea where it's coming from. It's very, very frustrating. And it didn't do it right at the beginning of the show. It did it when you. Hey, do me a favor. Mute your mic for 1 sec. Check 1 2 3 4. Check 1 2 3. Yeah, it's reboot for me, Mikey. I think it's got something. It's something to do with our vMix connection. Mikey's rebooting. All right, perfect, good stuff. So while he reboots, I will get I'll reboot everything we had to talk about here. So yeah, we took off last Friday because I had the boys. Let's see if that's fixed. You there?
Is it fixed?
I think we are good to go. No, it's doing it again.
Hang on. What if I turn my headphones down a little bit?
That might be it. That's what it was.
So it's better now?
1 2 3 4. Yep. It's going in. It's going in and out.
I was going to think maybe if these aren't sealed right, you're hearing yourself come through. But
just do me a favor. Put the mic right by your mouth, and then I can keep it turned down a little bit, and then I think that fixes it. So, all right, there we go. Anyway, very strange. Thanks for getting back. Appreciate you resetting that. Yeah, there we go. We're good to go now. So we took Friday off because I got my boys earlier than anticipated. Well, at least I got one of them earlier than anticipated. I thought they were both going airsofting and I was going to get them late at night, but it turned out only one of them was going. So I went and picked up the little boy, early, took him out to dinner. We went and got some, Mexican food. He ate a burrito that was like a foot long. It was like the biggest fucking burrito I've ever seen. I was sure he wasn't going to be able to finish it, and this kid fucking murdered this whole fucking burrito. It was pretty
apple
funny.
tree?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you're right. Hit the nail on the head there, dude. But it was nice. We had a nice night. It's not often that I get to go out like one-on-one with them. It's usually 3 of us. So it's kind of fun every once in a while to just get to go out with one or the other. because you just get to bullshit a little bit more. I don't know. For some reason, it's less dadding and
Yeah,
more.
it's more of an intimate bro thing, and you're not trying to manage both and make sure attention wise and everything like that. So it's definitely more of an intimate situation.
Yeah. Yep. So it's been nice. It's been nice. We had a good time. He ended up he was all excited because it's just funny because he's such a bandwagoner. I love him to death, but he's the biggest bandwagoner. He never ever talks about
You
basketball.
mean he suffers from FOMO like somebody else I know?
Yes, he does. I'm a bit of a bandwagoner as well. The Cavs. Yeah, here we go. He's a lot like me. So both of us were excited because the Cavaliers I think they were 8-0 on Friday night, and they were going for their 9th win, which was like a franchise record for the most wins, undefeated wins to start the season.
Yeah.
And so we turned the game on. We get back from the Mexican restaurant. We turned the game on, and the Cavs were up 75. We watched the whole first half. They went up by scored 75 points in the first half of the game.
Yeah, they were up 43 at halftime.
Yeah, it was crazy. They were beating the Warriors too, so it was sweet to see them whip on the Warriors. Watch Steph Curry just kind of bumble around and not have the game. He did turn it on later on in the game, and they made a little bit of a game out of it out of it later on.
Cavs ended up winning by 17.
Yeah, so they did make a little bit of a game out of it, but I'm sure there was probably a lot of bench. We ended up not watching the second half. He lost interest.
We got on Call of Duty, and your kid kicks ass, bro.
Dude.
The kid is amazing on the sticks.
He is out of control good. I told him, I go, Shay, you have to start, because I bought him, in fact, it's right here. Santa Claus brought him a PlayStation camera so he could stream.
Oh, dude.
And he's just too lazy to set it up and do it. And I'm like, dude, do you realize how many people would watch you game, like you're in your little community? Because I guarantee you're better than all your buddies, right? And he's like, yeah, well, and then my older son's like, nah, he's not, I don't know if he's that good. And I'm like, okay. So yesterday he was here and we had a little bit of downtime, and my game was just up and sitting on the screen. And he goes, hey, can I just play your profile for a little bit? And I was like, yes, please go right ahead.
Oh, dude, boost that KDR, get you some new camos, get some daily challenges done.
No, he goes, what's this weird pistol, the Strider? I've never seen this gun before. Let's try this thing. Bro, I'm not kidding you. He whips out this gun, knocks out 43 kills on the first run of this gun, and he had like over 3 kill to death, whatever it's called now, elimination to death ratio or whatever. This kid's just walking around one-shotting people because it's a one-shot gun, but he's hitting them from across the map, just doosh, 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 doosh.
Get him on a PC and see how well he plays.
That's not a bad idea. Every round, he's winning best play. I'm not exaggerating. Every round, winning best play, first in kills, every single time. He was out, and the only reason he wasn't really even showing out the other night when we played is because the Wi-Fi was lagging for some reason. So, and he was still kicking
top
ass.
3 every time, and he was over a 1.5 elimination death ratio. That's like my buddy Jeff, dude. I grew up with my best friend playing video games with him nonstop, but from the age of 7, I have never beaten him in anything video games, not once. He smokes me.
That's fun.
In everything. The only thing he never, the boxing game, the EA Sports boxing game that came out a bunch of years ago.
Fight Night?
Yep.
That was a fun game.
I was untouchable in Fight Night.
God, that was a fun game. Such a good game. They got to come out with a new boxing game. They really do. It's so much fun.
We watched the video for that Undisputed one, and then it was on Steam or whatever.
Yeah, it's on Steam. And then you got to buy a controller for that, and they're all weird. And that Steam's too much work. I probably should learn to do it because I can stream it. Probably I should do that. That might actually be fun to watch. I don't know. Maybe I should consider doing that. Anyway, but yeah, no. Oh, dude, the Cavs are still undefeated. Going back to the Cavs, they're undefeated.
To say, they were 11-0 the last time I checked.
Yeah, their game's getting ready to start at 8, so we'll probably wrap a little early because I do want to watch that. I honestly don't give a shit about the Monday Night Football game tonight. It's the Rams and who? I don't even. Miami's in Miami.
Need Miami to get a good win to knock LA back a little bit because I don't know if we're catching the Lions.
They're after last night's game, dude. Fucking.
But see, I've got an opinion on them that the Lions will always lion, and just like Philly over the last 2 years, they're a team that started out hot. They're peaking in the middle of the season, and they're not going to be able to carry this momentum through the playoffs.
Well, that sounds like a fantasy football team that I know that peaked really early and seemingly is on a downswing right now. I wonder whose team that reminds me of. Maybe another dumb.
You got a dub this week, didn't you?
No, dude, I lost to you.
I thought I lost both games horribly.
No, I lost to you by 3 points because I forgot to put Justin Herbert in and I left CJ Stroud in, and fucking CJ Stroud got 3 points or 9 points, and I got negative 3 points from my defense. So you beat me by
I didn't see
less
any of the
than 3
updates last night.
points.
I literally assumed you were going to mollywop me by 20, 30 points, so I didn't even check. I was just disgusted.
You beat me by 2.7 points or something like that. So because I forgot to put fucking Justin Herbert in. So
who the hell? But in this state of the game, who the hell would pick Herbert over Stroud?
Because
Especially
Stroud's
against the Lions, a team that allows 30 points a game.
That is the reason why I left him in, but it was stupid because I should have known better. Well, I got wrapped up in the Aiden Hutchinson is missing from their pass rush, so because Houston's offensive line is terrible, so I was like, okay, so the Lions, even though Houston's line is pretty bad, they shouldn't be able to rush as much because they're missing Aiden Hutchinson. And of course, they rushed the fuck out of him, and the defensive tackles were blowing him up the middle. So Penei Sewell was getting beat. It was the Lions' worst performance in like 4 years, though, dude. You got to say, I mean,
5 picks and they still ended up winning.
That's what's crazy about it. So you got to say that there's obviously some good coaching there for them to be able to turn around at halftime. I don't know what Campbell did, how he got him fired up or whatever, but did you see that crazy?
Or some shit.
Do you see that crazy shit where they're interviewing him after halftime and he goes, "We need a turnover right away." Literally, they cut the camera and there's a Detroit Lion intercepting the football. That was I'm not a big fan of those coach interviews until now. That was the coolest thing. One of the coolest things I've ever seen in a football game happen. That was awesome.
They've been a little bit more candid in their interviews because they're asking a little bit more pressing questions and details about scheme and stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Because KOC's given a couple good halftime ones as well so far this year.
My favorite is when Taylor Rooks interviews people and she's just got her boob. Isn't that her name? The black girl with the just gigantic hooters, and she does sideline reporting, and guys just try to.
No idea.
Like she interviews them and they just look like this, so they aren't doing this. They're just they're just staring at the camera. Yes, we need to get off the field on 3rd down, and you can see their eyes slowly fighting. No, trying not to look down at her cleavage. Speaking of her, I think she does mostly college football stuff. And boy, Mikey, I woke up Saturday morning. So the boys were here. I didn't have a wedding on Saturday. I was so excited because that meant I got to wake up and watch one of my favorite shows and not feel rushed. I was just going to be able to sit and enjoy it and, not have to worry about getting ready for a wedding, keep checking my clock to see what time it is. Just sit down and enjoy one of my favorite shows. And hold on one second, I can do a little. And one of my favorite shows, it's very informative. There's lots of energy there. It's college football game day, baby. Pat McAfee is up there leading chants, fucking going, suck this tiger dick, bitch. Just fucking getting the whole crowd to chant with them and shit. Getting us all pumped up for the big game. We got LSU and Bama at night and Death Valley, getting everybody fired up. And then they fucking do this.
He's been a great teammate of ours.
No value.
It's no, Kirk has put together an essay remembering Ben and how much he meant to all of you, certainly meant to him. Here's our tribute to our friend Ben Hershey.
Okay, so for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, and I'm probably going to get choked up watching this. I don't even know if I'll make it through the whole thing.
Yeah, I probably won't either, to be honest with you.
That was this is college football game day. The guy on the right there is a guy named Kirk Herbstreit. For those of you who don't know sports or college football or anything like that, he's been doing this for years. And in my opinion, I believe he is the best at he is the best analyst, best presenter in all
He's
sports.
the next Joe Buck. He's the next Al Michaels. He's going to be the guy that's doing the Masters 20 years from now and Super Bowls and everything like that.
What I love about him is he's actually technically not the play-by-play guy. He's a color commentator, right? So he's not the one. All right, they're lined up in shotgun here. It's third down. Josh Allen rolls out the pass. He's not the one doing that. He's the one doing the analysis in between the plays, right? But he's good enough to do the play-by-play too. He's got it all, and he's so good and so informative, and I love him so much. And I've gotten to be a fan of him. And in being a fan of him, you learn about his dog Ben. He had this beautiful fucking had for a reason. He has this beautiful golden retriever named Ben, and they did a little salute to Ben because he went viral everywhere. Because Kirk would take this dog. Do you think Kirk Herbstreit is gay?
No.
No?
I never once picked up that vibe at all. Metrosexual at most.
He's never alluded to any family, girlfriend's, wife's, personal life, nothing. Just Ben. Just his dog Ben that he takes everywhere with him. And I don't mean to imply that makes him gay. He seems super closed off and personal, which is why it was interesting that he let Ben be such a big part of his life and all of our lives if he followed college football. Because he would take him in the hotel rooms. He would take him in the control booth. Like if you watch Thursday Night Prime Football, you saw Ben up there in the control booth with them, or the broadcast booth. And he just took him everywhere. And everybody loved this freaking dog. And he just brought joy to everybody. And then they dropped this shit on us Saturday morning.
Dogs are known as man's best friend. But what do you call a dog that becomes a nation's best friend?
Oh, wait, hold on 1 sec. Joe Dickinson says gay. He is married with kids. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know. That's why I
thought
asked.
he was.
I had no idea.
To him, I wasn't going to bring it up because I thought they talked about it, but he talked about getting the dog and bringing the dog with him to have a little bit of home with him everywhere he went.
Okay. So there you go. I wasn't sure, to be honest with you. And again, thank you for correcting me. I asked. Okay. Joe says he's had his twin sons on many times. Okay. This is me. This is what I work most Saturdays. So I'm newer to the college football game day thing. I'm finally able to watch it a little bit here and there. And I've obviously missed a ton of it if I thought Kirk Herbstreit was gay. So obviously just a very handsome metrosexual, just like you said. So good for him. Haven't heard that phrase in a long time, right? Are you even allowed to say that about somebody anymore?
Yeah, it's 2024, bro.
Is that considered? I know free speech is back. You sent me that thing. I got to play that. I forgot about it. Trump's free speech commitment. But no, I just wonder, does that fall under the woke thing? Is it like, are you implying that somebody is gay but straight? Obviously everybody knows what metrosexual means.
I think it's somebody that's just comfortable in their own skin.
Okay. Joe says he is good looking though, with a crying face. He is very handsome, very good at what he does. Maybe that's why I like him. All these ugly. I love Pat McAfee and him. Maybe I just love blonde men as much as I love blonde women. I don't know. But Zac Efron is my true guy. He's not blonde.
Oh, and Ben. I'll be honest with you. When I first started bringing Ben on the road, it was for me. I needed a travel companion. Hotel rooms can sometimes feel like islands of solitude, and his warm presence became my anchor to home, making my journeys feel less like wandering and more like belonging. When I was working in a hotel room or a broadcast booth or on the college game day set, reaching down and feeling that fur at my feet, it made me feel like I was home. Ben wasn't out here to become a social media star, but he became one just by being himself. The Rose Bowl named him its chief happiness officer, and that's exactly what he did. He made everyone happy, and he did it without even trying. He just wagged that tail or nestled up against strangers like they were family, and that's what they became. On planes, in hotel lobbies, On the beach, in the mountains, it didn't matter if you're a college student, a movie star, a national championship quarterback, or even a state governor. Ben didn't care who you were. Everyone deserved his love. I think we can all learn from that. At a time when everything seems to be aimed at dividing us, our love of football unites us every weekend. What I experienced with Ben was that, and so much more. Dogs' only flaw as a species is they don't live long enough. But the warmth they give us, that never goes away. So neither will Ben. This man's best friend, who became America's best friend.
Jesus Christ, man. Holy fuck.
We don't deserve animals, bro.
Dude, that was brutal. I'm fucking Saturday morning, all amped up for fucking football. Got the kids here ready to we're gonna do a bunch of fucking Christmas decorating and shit. And then I'm just fucking downstairs, just fucking sobbing like a fucking baby.
I didn't even know what I was clicking on. Never met Ben before. Didn't see it. I was like, oh, a video about a dog. 30 seconds later, I'm sobbing uncontrollably on my couch.
Oh man, it was brutal. It was absolutely
looking
crazy.
For my cats to love them and hug them and kiss them. And
well, speaking of your cats, I actually have a picture of your old cat here. This is which one is this guy?
Griff.
Griff. All right, this is your cat, Griff. Hold on, let me pull this picture up here. Mikey's cat, Griff, here, and you'll notice there's all kinds of stuff around him. Look at those black gloves that are signature of all the tattoo artists, and you'll notice all the ink here as well. That's because old Mikey got himself a new tattoo this weekend. Let me get this open. Where'd you go to? The Flower City Tattoo Convention or something like that?
Yeah, Flower City Tattoo Convention. I found this girl last year. She owns a spot, Black Ladybird Tattoos outside of Albany. And her books have been closed for like 3 years. No DMs, nothing like that. But I started looking through all of her work and I reached out to her and I was like, I need something from you at this convention. She didn't plan on tattooing at all. And I said, she was like, she wanted to do a showpiece to try to win. And I said, I just need a Viking cat. And she made that Celtic knotwork, the one that I got last year, that looked absolutely amazing, but it wasn't big enough to win anything at the show or anything like that. Yeah. And then I put a deposit down at that show, knowing that if I got a tattoo of one of my cats, that I can't leave the other one out. So I put $100 down a year ago and said, this is what I want for this cat. This girl is known for two things, her Celtic and Nordic knotwork and her galaxy work, because her colors and stars and everything are so bright and vibrant.
Okay. Now, I got to be honest with you. There's something about going to a tattoo convention that makes me uncomfortable getting a tattoo there. I don't know. Couple reasons. I feel like a tattoo convention will bring out all kinds of different tattoo artists and potentially a lot of bad ones. And
no.
Oh, really? It's the other way around.
No, not at all. This is the best of the best. These are the people that travel, that have higher hourly rates than any other shops and stuff like that. These are people that are trying to show off their work.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's not just any Tom, Dick, or Harry who has a tattoo.
No, there was tattoo shops from Germany, tattoo shops from New York City, LA, Canada, Australia, all over the place, dude. Like world famous tattoo artists.
And do any of them? Can you just walk in and get tattoos from these people, or are they all got to be booked out ahead usually?
No. Most of the big artists and stuff, you reach out beforehand, or you try to make contact and stuff like that. But a lot of them accept walk-ins and do whatever.
Yeah, so you just go to this convention and you just see a guy, you just want a tattoo, and you just find a guy that looks cool and has an open chair, and just be like, yo, I want to get a fucking whatever.
Tattoos have come from conventions.
Just walk-ups?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, wow, okay.
Or now I know to do research, like the Flower City Tattoo Convention posted, here's the 83 booths and the 83 tattoo shops that are going to be here. So I spend hours looking at each artist and their portfolio and who I want to reach out to.
Okay. Well, it seems like it paid off, man, because I'm looking at a picture of your tattoo here. And like you said, it's very, well, shit, I'll just show it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Here it is. Here's Mikey's tattoo that he got this weekend. and that's his cat Griff, and he's on a spacey galaxy kind of background thing. Is this cat a space cadet? Does he do goofy kind of space cadet kind of stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the way I explained it to her. I said he really is like a space cadet, and I said I have no idea how you're going to put a black cat in space. I understand that I'm asking for like the impossible because I didn't know how she was going to do a black cat anyways. And when she showed me the stencil, she goes, I'm actually going to do a portrait work instead of like a cartoonish type cat like she did with the one last year with the knot work and everything like that. She
Right.
didn't need a picture of Skatey or anything like that. She just kind of went with it. But she did the portrait work, which, good God, dude, it took 5 hours to do that small calf piece.
Jesus, I don't know if it's small, dude. It takes up the whole back of your calf. I mean, it doesn't look
It
small.
does take
to
up
me.
the whole calf, and it was the most painful. It was twice as painful as last year's because she has to layer on the cat.
Yeah.
So she went over everything on the cat is layered and done like 3 or 4 times. But dude, what hurt more than anything? The woman's obsessive compulsive need that every time she touches needle to skin, even if it's for 1 second or 5 seconds, after she finishes with that, she does one small wipe of the area, a second small wipe of the area, and then a third wipe of the whole fucking tattoo. So 4 to 5 times a minute, it feels like sandpaper is going over an open wound.
That's brutal. Ay, ay, ay. Every time I see a tattoo, I want to get a new tattoo, but then I think about how fucking painful they are, and is it worth it? And they're so fucking expensive. That's the only thing. They're so goddamn expensive. Like to get a good quality tattoo,
$700.
That's what I'm saying. It's not outrageous. I mean, it's artwork, so I understand why it's so expensive. It just is so expensive. It's just it's crazy. It's funny because like my first tattoo, that little janky little guy on my leg, the little Notre Dame guy, $90.
Oh yeah,
and back in 1998.
You got me this tattoo for $5, dude.
Where was that? Is that at a bonsai?
At a holiday hangover. You walked me and my buddy Tommy to the front of the tattoo line and dropped us off with Sniper, the owner of the tattoo shop, Physical Graffiti, and he just did these both on me and my best friend in about 5 minutes.
What does it say?
Mushu pork.
No way.
No, it was supposed to be party, but I've asked a couple other people, and it's more like happiness and joy.
That's not a bad thing. It could be worse. Could say,
It's my biggest regret of a tattoo, to be honest with you.
Could say pig cock for all you know. I mean,
I can't say I have Tennessee tattooed on me. I keep forgetting about that one because it's like on the back of my elbow and I never see it.
Yeah, that's probably the worst one. All right, well, good. So you said earlier at the beginning of the show, your ankle now is all swollen up. It's gotten so inflamed.
Because I didn't put it up. She told me from all the color and everything like that and the shock from the leg that if I didn't keep it up, it would probably swell. And I did a pretty good job the first day, but yesterday I spent all day running around, bowling, going out to Hibachi for dinner. I didn't get home till 11 o'clock. So there was no putting it up yesterday. And then this morning it was work all day with it. So when I got home today and took my sock off, I was like, holy shit, I got diabetes.
Now, I'll be honest with you. That's what happens to me when I sit, because I sit in this chair. This chair is it's a drafter's chair. It's up tall, a tall chair. And I have this tiny little footstool that I put my feet on, but it's just a little bit too low. So my feet just kind of almost barely touch and dangle a little bit. So by the end of the show, after I've prepped all day and then done the show, my feet are like, I look like a big diabetic person. Plus I eat a lot of sodium. So, anyway, Mikey.
You know what? You're right. That's why it's swollen. I went to Hibachi last night and had so much soy sauce and so much yum yum sauce that I went into like sodium shock. Started sweating horribly, got violently ill. Like it was bad.
What's your poison at a hibachi restaurant? You a seafood guy? You a steak guy? Chicken guy?
I was filet, shrimp, and lobster.
Okay, good stuff. All right, thank God you didn't say chicken.
Go for the Emperor's plate. Extra half side of rice and extra order of veggies with me too.
I'm a steak and scallops guy. I love scallops. Scallops on the fucking hibachi. Man, they're so fucking
So
good. I love it. I haven't
so
done.
expensive now. I hadn't been to a hibachi in like 3 or 4 years, dude. My meal last night just for me was like $110.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I
Did
got.
you
Like,
get a
I
bunch
also
of
got
drinks?
2 rolls.
Oh,
I got 2 rolls of sushi before it started too.
You got to though. I mean, that's part of the thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's expensive.
I was the only one that got sushi. They were like, "Sushi's disgusting." Everybody I was there with, nobody ate sushi.
My
But then
parents.
again, everybody at my table got chicken too.
My parents. What was I gonna say? Totally lost my train of thought because Andy. I was looking at the chat and Andy says, "Dumb's eyes right now, like zero memory of this." What is he talking about? Oh, the tattoo. Yep, zero. Don't remember that at all. I guarantee you, if it was in Rochester, I was drunk on Jameson. I mean,
There's so many things that happened in Rochester over the years that I probably don't remember. Or you don't remember.
But in particular, I was drunk on Jameson from the
time you got there to the time you left.
Literally,
there was
the
no break.
the third hour we were there. By then I was hammered, almost always. I mean, just obliterated. And then doing it again the next day, throughout the morning, even it would just be so much drinking in Rochester. Such good times.
It's the only way to kick a hangover. I don't
Do
care
it
what
again?
anybody says. The only way to kick a hangover is a shot of liquor.
Yeah. Weed used to be good enough when I was younger, but then as you get older, and then you're a pothead, it doesn't matter. It's just like smoking cigarettes or whatever. But yeah, it's good times in
Dude, I texted you all panicked because I thought I ran into somebody at the tattoo convention and made eye contact with him, and it wasn't.
That's right. I forgot about that. You ran into your ex at the convention. You made eye contact with her, but no interaction otherwise, right?
Thought it was her, swore to God it was her so badly to the point where like it messed up the rest of my Saturday night. And then I saw on the Flower City Tattoo Convention, they posted almost like every shop's like best tattoo of the week or whatever. And they posted a picture of this girl that I saw, and it is literally a doppelganger to the degree of the doppelganger I sent you of me the other night.
Yes, I'm actually pulling that up right now. That's what you were talking about.
So
it wasn't her?
Square jaw, glasses, and everything like that. And I was like, holy shit, it wasn't her. But I made eye contact with this girl so much to the point where now I'm pissed off because it was real eye contact, and I should have went and talked to her because she's a smoke show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a missed opportunity. Well, here's the doppelganger that you sent. This is the guy that looks like you. Vikings outfit, tattoos, full beard, beanie cap. I mean, I've seen you wear this outfit. This is you. Only thing missing, the Italian horn. I don't think I see you with an Italian horn or whatever this guy has on.
I've got the chain though.
Of course you do. You have to have one. It's you just have to if you're an Italian guy. Speaking of guys, mans, and we'll talk about this real quick and then we'll wrap things up because I want to go watch the Cavs game. Saturday night, I was reminded how old I am. The boys and I decided that we were going to do, we were decorating for Christmas. That was our big thing we were doing this weekend. Saturday and Sunday was all about decorating. Because they love doing it. I love doing it. We make a whole thing out of it. We have tradition. I go get a bunch of candy, Hershey Kisses, Hershey Cocoa Kisses, some Kit Kats, some Rolos, fill up a big candy bowl, and we eat candy while we decorate the tree.
Reese's Christmas trees?
Reese's did not make the cut this year because I hate them, and I actually mixed up. I forgot that my son, my older son, he doesn't like Kit Kats and likes Reese's. I fucked that up. I bought Kit Kat instead of Reese's. I mixed it up. So, but he was fine. There's plenty of other candy for everybody to eat. But none of that crappy, awful crappy Reese's peanut butter bullshit. I hate that shit. Which is so weird. When I was a kid, I loved them. But I'm telling you, when they took the trans fats out, they changed the taste. They're just not as good anymore.
There's a big difference anyways. I can't buy a Reese's bar from like a 7-Eleven or gas station or anything like this unless I know the box was just open and it's fresh. If I take a Reese's peanut butter cup out of the wrapper and any of the chocolate sticks to the brown wrapper on the bottom, I throw the candy out because I know it's not fresh. You can taste the difference between a new candy bar and an old candy bar.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the
for
Christmas
sure.
ones are always fresh.
That's a good point. Well, I don't know. I'm telling you, ever since they changed, there's changed something in those where when I loved them when I was a kid, and now the last time I said, might have been last Christmas, I said to B1, I'm gonna try to see if I can eat a Reese cup. Put it in my mouth, chewed 2 times, and went and just spit it right out. It was they grossed me out. I don't know what it is. There's something in those things now that I do not like. And it's not the combination of chocolate and peanut butter, because I think it's the amount of peanut butter, maybe. I think it might be too much peanut butter.
The chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
It could be. I think that might be what it is. So, but anyway, going back to our decorating, we had to do some, in addition to the candy part of the tradition is we put on a movie. Used to be Christmas music when they were younger, but they've grown and they get bored with the Christmas music, so we got to put a movie on. So I said, to my son, I go, what movie should we watch? You know what I mean? I go, should we just go with the best one? Just go right for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? He goes, no way. We are too far out from Christmas to do that. And I said, okay, so what are we going to watch then? And he goes, something that's Christmassy, but not too Christmassy. And I thought for a minute, and I'm like, I know.
Well, if you go the direction I think you're going to go right now, I'm going to be disappointed.
I know. And I looked at him and I said, do you know who John McClane is?
Oh, come on. You can't say Christmas but not Christmas. That is the ultimate Christmas movie. Number 1 all time above Home Alone, Home Alone 2, National Lampoons, everything. It is Christmas at the top.
You're preaching to the choir here, but my point is the entire movie is not just one giant Christmas message. You know what I'm saying? It's a Christmas movie. However, it's not just like The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Whose Heart Grew, or whatever.
It does stay pretty Christmassy all the way through jokes and one-liners like most 80s and 90s action movies do.
It's a very good point.
So it does stick with the theme. I mean, just from when he's in the limo at the beginning of the movie and it's NWA Christmas.
Now, on Run DMC. Now,
Run DMC, yep, sorry.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. One of the best lines ever. Just so good. And then I forgot another line. Another line from that movie that is so good. It's so short and so quick. When the gun guy just turns, when the reporter turns and looks at the other guy and goes, "Eat it, Hal." I fucking love that line. It's so good. It makes me laugh so hard. But so yeah, we busted out Die Hard. And what's funny,
Have you ever seen it?
Neither of them had seen it.
Oh,
so,
what a father-son moment.
It was great. And it's funny because just like he lost interest in the middle of the Cavs game, they lost interest in the middle of decorating because the movie was on. They were too into the movie. So I let them, they put the Christmas lights on the tree. And I could tell they were both like, because they kept stopping to watch the movie. And I finally was like, guys, you want to just finish the decorating tomorrow? And we just put the lights on and we'll put the ornaments on tomorrow. And they were like, yes. So they both sat down and started watching the movie. And B1 came over for a little bit and was hanging out. And she goes, man, it's really sad. If you think about it with Bruce Willis now and everything that's going on with him and, how sick he is with the Lewy body dementia and how he's kind of, he's so far gone. And then she goes, yeah, it's crazy to think that, he could be dead soon. And then right at that moment, Al Powell comes on, Carl Winslow. And she goes, and isn't he dead? And I went, Reginald Ville Johnson? I'm not 100% sure. But then we started looking at all the other characters. And Mikey,
Rickman said.
I don't know if you realize this. It's like every single person in that fucking movie is dead now. It is the craziest thing.
Well, figure they were probably all in their 30s, and it's a 88 or 89 movie. You were talking, almost 30 years ago.
This is what made me
All
feel.
Hollywood actors and stuff like that. So
This is what
dude,
made
still,
me
when anybody
feel.
says 20 years ago, I think of 1990.
Oh, that's who it was that she said and it was Hans Gruber, Alan Rickman. That's who she goes, because she only knows him from Harry Potter. She doesn't know him from Die Hard, but she knows he's very recognizable, obviously. But she was like, yeah, he's dead. And then it flashed to the next scene. That guy's dead. Next scene, that guy's dead. Everybody in that movie is dead. Except Bruce Willis. It's so fucking crazy. It made me feel very old. I mean, every single one of them. Marco, Bruno, Hans Gruber.
Bruce might as well be dead at this point. I mean, he's just a shell of a human.
Yeah, I have a video of him that here's actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I have a quick video of him. It's nothing bad. It's actually kind of sweet. It went viral.
You can see the look on his face that's just lost at all
Have you
times.
seen this video I'm
There's
talking
no
about?
connection there. I just know what that look looks like from somebody that has dementia or aphasia or anything like that, because I'm witnessing it multiple times a week right now, and it's heartbreaking.
Who's got that?
That girl's mom.
Oh, that's right. So here's Bruce Willis with his, I believe it's his, I don't know if it's his daughter or granddaughter, to be honest with you. I don't know. So there you go. That's just a little shot of him.
Good. That's actually like uplifting video. I like.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's actually kind of sweet. It's kind of sweet. So, yeah, you want to feel old? Go watch Die Hard and realize how every single person in that is dead. Real quick, and Irish Ronnie wanted to remind me about Gremlins, saying that Gremlins was a good Christmas movie option. That's true. They've seen Gremlins, though. Their mom is into like horror stuff, so she's shown them Gremlins before. Average Savage says, hey guys, love the tat, Mikey. So there you go, Mikey, getting a little bit of love for the new tattoo. I thought it looked pretty cool too. Speaking of Bruce Willis, he was in a movie called 13 Monkeys. Well, right now,
yeah, great
20
movie.
Wasn't it great? Fuck the monkeys. Fuck the monkeys. Brad Pitt, one of the greatest roles he'll ever play. He was so good in that movie. Anyway, 25 of the 43 monkeys in South Carolina have been captured, which means there are still 18 monkeys on the loose, wreaking havoc.
On Friday, it was at 25. So they haven't been able to make any progress with this last 18. And I'm guessing this is the beginning of the end. This is how Planet of the Apes started. They say that these things haven't been tested on yet because that's what they have to say. This is all Joe Biden releasing these things to try to take over the country again and put us back in lockdown. It's just, the end of the world.
John is asking why when you call the number on the screen, it just goes to cell phone voicemail. The phones have been down, and I just haven't had a chance. I keep meaning to take that off the screen to, not tell people to call. So, John, in the meantime, if you have a comment about something, you can just tag at Another Dumb Show in the chat, and I will read your comment. But otherwise, sorry about the phones being down. I do need to take that phone number off. Real quick, before we wrap up, I wonder, Mikey, what you think about this. Did you see during football yesterday, it's obviously Veterans Day today, so thank you to all the veterans who served and helped keep us free. If you're a veteran, thank you so much. Appreciate you doing that. Seriously, mean that a lot.
Yeah, my freedom's really important to me. I wouldn't be alive without you guys, so I really do appreciate it.
No, I did not go get free meals on Veterans Day. Never have. Anyway, this happened yesterday when they were doing the salute to soldiers during the beginning of the Fox football thing, and this happened. So this is really the spot you need to see right here. I don't need to hear you heard the Star Spangled Banner playing. You see all of the cast of the Fox Sunday NFL crew standing facing the American flag. Well, not all of them, most of them, with their hand over their heart facing the American flag.
Yeah, except for the way you should be to your country.
The guy, except for the guy all the way on the right, Michael Strahan, who is standing with his hands folded in front of him while he is looking at the flag. I'll give him that. Now, Mikey, I got to be honest with you. If I'd have seen this, I wouldn't have batted an eye.
I wouldn't have thought about it either. Just because you're saying it and it's like, hey, what's different in this picture? But he's not taking a knee or anything like that. I don't care. You're standing. You're not wearing a hat. That's enough respect for me. You don't need to put your hand over your heart.
That's how I look at it. The hand over the heart is the Pledge of Allegiance, not the Star Spangled Banner. You take your hat off and you stand for the national anthem. You don't need to put your hand over your heart. That's bullshit. I don't do it.
No,
I never
face
do.
the flag
Yeah.
and show it respect. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't gotta,
you took martial arts. I think they probably taught you this. I would think that stance is a stance of confrontation versus if you had your hands behind your back, folded like that, you're open. You know what I mean? Like,
behind you is more of a dismissive stance.
Exactly. That's almost the confrontational stance where you have. No, it doesn't have to be, but and it kind of the way he's holding his hands, he's closed off.
Shoulders pressed out. He's trying to say something without saying it.
That's what the internet is saying, that it was kind of a silent protest to Trump winning the election, which is weird because he won the election because a lot of black dudes voted for him. So it doesn't make much sense. They're saying this is part of the, he's going to catch a bunch of flack for it. He's going to have to put out an apology.
This is
all
what
that
happens
stuff.
when you become an industry plant and you just become a sheep to the machine. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jimmy Kimmel's dumbass crying on TV.
Yeah, I think that's a little much. I mean, my God, I didn't play that because I get dinged on any time I play any late night show stuff. Can't play any of that. Literally 5 seconds of it, I got to cut it out.
A professional actor being paid to cry on camera? What?
So you think it was just a big fake phony cry?
Oh, dude, he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's super opinionated and obviously very far left. I mean, him and Howard Stern hang out.
The co-host of the Man Show that objectified women for years.
Very true. Very true. It's funny how people forget all that kind of shit. Why hasn't he been canceled for that? Because I guarantee you he told some pretty offensive jokes on that show too. And it was literally just raising beers to girls jumping on a trampoline. That was the show.
Yeah, it was the most misogynistic show in the entire world. It was absolutely hilarious.
It was fantastic. It was perfect. So yeah, that's it. I think that's all I got for us tonight, guy.
I did drop that little tease that my one ex did reach out to me via Twitter. Remember that? The one that I thought I saw?
Wait, what? The one you thought you saw?
Bree reached out to me on Twitter last week.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Oh, well, we'll talk about that tomorrow then, because that's going to be a whole ball of wax to dive into. I completely forgot about that.
Dude, it
save that.
Weekend up.
Yeah, we got to save that then, because I totally forgot that you actually did hear from her. Let's put you in a good mood. I got one thing to end with to wrap it up on. You sent me this video. Do you guys remember the Olympics this past year and the famous breakdancer Ray Gun and the moves that she put on for everybody? Well, Mikey's favorite team, one of the guys on defense, I believe he had a pick six. This is a fumble, scoop, and score.
Just an interception.
Just an interception.
Where they happened to run into the end zone to do their celebrations.
And this is the Minnesota Vikings. Do you know who this guy is? What's his name? Number 24?
Cam Bynum.
Cam Bynum with one of the greatest touchdown sellies of the season. Oh, it's so loud. Yeah, get up. Last one. Yeah, boy. That was awesome. That is so fun, man. All right.
Yeah, what a fun game to win without scoring an offensive touchdown.
So wait, you guys did win that game, right? You guys are, what are you guys now? 6, 7 and 2?
7-2, baby.
7-2. Good for you guys.
We lost our kicker for the year. We lost our long snapper from the year. So we brought in somebody that's never kicked a field goal in the NFL before, and a long snapper that's been in the league for 10 years hasn't played in 2. And this kicker goes 4 for 4 and wins us the game.
If only that were the biggest news from football this weekend, Mikey. I do have one thing that I believe may have outshined what you're talking about right now. I totally forgot to bring up what happened in the game last night, and it rang very true with me. Check this out. That's James Houston.
I saw that instantly, bro.
Believe a defensive back for the Detroit Lions. Caught on. I'm sorry about the scrub noise.
He's
Caught
got
on.
mud butt.
Caught on camera with some major mud butt. Now, my favorite part of this whole story. I love that he shit himself. I mean, there's obviously very funny.
Dude, this could also be, if he's a lineman or somebody like a linebacker or something like that, this could just be a defensive tactic. Because I've listened to John Randall talk about when he was going into games beforehand, not wiping his ass for 3-4 days beforehand, and then picking his ass before going into a play and putting it right into people's mouth and shit like that. He would love doing shit. Dude, he just was on an interview with Marshawn Lynch like 3 weeks ago talking about all his dirty tactics like that.
I think we talked about that. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me put that in the middle of the screen at least so you guys can see it. Was I blocking that the whole time?
No, it
Okay.
changes angle.
All right, so yeah, and the best part of this, Mikey, is he's come out to defend himself, and he claims, you're gonna love this, from somebody who shit his pants and went and sat down in a mud puddle to cover it up. He claims he sat down in some Gatorade, and that's how he got his pants like that.
Yep, you know what? When it comes to Gatorade colors and flavors, brown has always been my favorite.
I love the root beer flavored Gatorade, also known as Doo Doo Punch.
Yeah.
I don't think that he sat in Gatorade. He should have found a mud puddle to sit in. That would have been a better cover than Gatorade. Actually,
Ain't nowhere to hide when you're in indoor stadiums, bro. No mud puddles anywhere.
I love it too because it's clearly there's no. That's not a grass stain. It's turf, so there's no grass.
You know, dude, the NFL wants Detroit to win so bad this year. It's not even funny.
Why do you say that?
10 out of their first 11 games are all indoor games. They don't play outdoors at all.
That's a good point. I didn't really think about that. I mean, there's so many indoor. Yeah, I guess schedule makers have the ability to do that. But the Detroit Lions being in the Super Bowl is a pretty cool story. I mean, it sure is. But not if you're Vikings fan. Not if you're Vikings
running
fan.
on steam week 1 in the playoffs and falling short, and the Vikings going past them will be better. I hope.
Better for you, yeah.
But
I mean, maybe not for the NFL storyline.
At my fucking prediction for the year.
Yeah, I don't even have that set up right now. Show it to you, but yeah. I think you're right on track. You were doing great. Yeah, you're great, dude. So, me, Cleveland Browns, I'm way off. I thought they were going to actually win at least. I predicted 8 games just out of pure optimism, knowing deep down in my heart there was no chance they were going to do anything like that because Deshaun Watson's so bad. So. Brown season's done, but I still got hope with my fantasy. Oh, by the way, Mikey, did you see my text about what happened to me yesterday? You know who can fuck off? The New Orleans or the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, dude, you did send me
off.
that last night, but I was out at dinner last night when you sent me that, and I'd get yelled at if I was on my phone at dinner.
Bro, I did an 8-leg parlay yesterday. One of my fun ones where I pick all the games, put down 10 on it just for the fuck of it, because it pays out huge if you win, and if you don't win, who gives a fuck? It was fucking for fun anyway. I put an 8-leg parlay in with a bunch of teams who's going to win or lose, just the straight money lines. Went 7 for 8. Missed out on $1,100 because the fucking New Orleans Saints.
You won on your long shots, and the one game that's a gimme.
Blew it. And you know why? Because I'm a dumbass. Because I did it in a little bit of a hurry, and I didn't really analyze that game as well as I should have. Because I do a little brief analysis of each game. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. But then I got to that game and kind of went, I really don't think there's anything much going on with these two teams. You know, Cousins threw pretty well. And then
there's something that just popped into my head that's going to be a reason why New Orleans won that game. Hands down, for sure, without a doubt.
Brand new coach. They fired their coach and put an interim. Yes.
And last
always
week,
win.
and the dude comes out to his post-game press conference and goes, "I knew it was a good morning. I clogged the toilet."
I got that. I actually have that clip. I was going to save it, but here is the coach of the New Orleans Saints talking about his first day on the job as the New Orleans Saints coach. Where did this fucking go? Here he is right here. Fucking Darren Rizzi is his name. This
And
dumb
after
son of a
everything last
bitch.
week and all the Saints players that like tweeted about how embarrassed they were and how sorry they were to their fans, and Cam Jordan just walking off the field.
Yeah, no,
Should've-
all
like,
this,
New
all
Orleans
this.
was set up for a bounce back.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
No, man, I'm a pretty open guy. So this is how my day started. I get down here to the stadium, I get down here to Superdome. I go in the head coach's locker room, which I've never used before, right? So here I am early in the morning. I go to the bathroom, and this is how my day started. I clogged the toilet. And I'm like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. And so listen, I'm like, okay, this is not really a great start to the day. Here we go. And so, I'm not really feeling like a head coach of an NFL team right now. So, I'm like, really? This is really how we're going to start my day? So, listen, there was moments during the game. I'm so wrapped up in the.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't care. You fucking fucker. You bastards. Fucking cost me $1,000. You stupid New Orleans Saints and their fucking good showing yesterday, bastards. Anyway. I think that's it, dude. Be back live tomorrow. You good to go for tomorrow?
What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 12th, right? Yeah, I got birthday dinner on Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. Okay, cool. Good. Well, maybe we'll take Wednesday off or do gaming Wednesday, and then tomorrow we'll do a show. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks, dude. Love you. I hope you have a good night. Put some ice or whatever on your foot or your ankle, or put it up or whatever you got to do.
I've had my foot up for the entire show, and I'm actually going to grab a 500 milligram Tylenol right now.
Good job. All right, perfect. Maybe that's why you got a headache. Just you're in pain and it's just kind of transferring or whatever. You know what I mean?
Also, haven't had any caffeine today either.
Oh, are you trying to be off of it or?
No, I just didn't get one, and if I have caffeine after 3 or 4, it'll fuck up my day.
Gotcha. So, well, have a good sleep then. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
All right, love you, dude. See ya. Alrighty, guys, that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. I hope you guys had a good night tonight. I had fun on tonight's show. I hope you guys did too. If you're not already a member, if you like what you saw tonight and you want to help support the show and keep us up and running, help get the phones back up and running because those motherfuckers aren't cheap and we got to get them back up and running. Help support the show by going to the Another Dumb Show homepage, click join, pick a tier level, $2, $3, or $10 a month, whichever one works best for you, and help support us. If you've not hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, take your thumb out of your ass, hit the thumbs up, wipe your thumb off, and your phone. I don't know. Well, either way, thumb out of your ass, hit the thumbs up, put your thumb back in your ear. And that's going to wrap things up for us tonight. We'll be back live tomorrow. Thanks again for hanging out with us. I am out of here. See ya.